stream. I don't know why I'm whispering. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know when the actual broadcast starts because half the time I hit the button and like it just doesn't. It's either hard. It cuts off the first half of what I'm doing most of the time. So, hello, welcome. I'm PikaChokeMe's. Welcome to our host club. It is what time is it? It's like 1913. Was that 7:13, the Mountain Standard Time Zone. Then we're going to be playing Disney's Frozen. No, I'm kidding. We're going to be playing Frostpunk 2, which has 46 viewers watching it, which makes me think this game either flopped or it sucks. I don't know which. Or there's just a lot other popular games out right now that people are playing. I guess that could be it too. I looked in Satisfactory, it has like 2,000, and I thought like this game came out like not that long ago, so I didn't expect it to be like have this low viewership, but alas, it does. So I guess there's that going on. But yeah, I played the tutorial of this, which I looked at the patch notes, and there's like a bunch of hot fixes, and I was like, maybe that's why. Maybe it's also why the game kind of sucked and or flopped. Because there's like some of these are like, oh, we fixed like a bunch of soft locks, and there's like fixed. You can skip the prologue now, I guess. That's like a thing that you could do. So yeah, there's like stuff that's there. Sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm always on like the fuller screen games scene in my OBS, and it doesn't have like the starting soon thing. I don't believe in 10 minutes of copyright free audio while you wait to start your stream, so I just usually jump into it and fucking wing it, I guess. I want to be the McDonald's of Twitch streams that doesn't participate in any of the deals, the one that just has the spaghetti and the blankets from like the Mitch Hedberg joke. That's my goal. I feel like in League of Legends, I am the person building all yellow items on the carry for no other reason than they're all yellow items on the carry, and I guess in Twitch streams I'd like to do the same, and maybe my Twitch streams will work out better than my League of Legends build all yellow items career did, but we'll see. In the meantime, welcome. I tried to find ambient music. This was the best I could get. This is Let It Be by Vila. It's from, it features Vila. It's by Black Milk. But it's from an album called Music to Listen to While Dining in Space. I guess it's just music for dining in space, but it's pretty good. I had a friend that once said, like, that's the best way I've ever heard Vila described. And I'm like, you know, after listening to it, it's like, I could agree. Like, I figured it's going to be, like, super frosty, like, desolate wasteland kind of, like, stuff happening in the game. And I was like, well, I want, like, music that fits the theme, but surprisingly, there's not a lot of like ambient music I could find that was either free or just didn't sound like it sucked. So there was like generic like someone strumming upbeat ukulele music, and I was like, this is not the ambience I'm looking for. So this is what we got. And I also hope, since it says Disney's TM Frozen 2, I'm hoping that someone doesn't assume we're actually streaming Disney's TM Frozen 2 and we don't end up with like don't end up in trouble or something like that. But until then, welcome. I'm gonna boot the game now, I guess, because I don't have a whole lot to say today, I guess. I'm out of ideas. I didn't even know if I wanted to do the stream, to be honest, but I was like, oh, fuck, okay, I'll hit the button, I guess. So here we are. I've hit the button, the stream has started, and let's play Frostpunk. I don't know how long we're gonna play this. Last time I tried to play it, I think like, I don't know, I liked it for like a little bit. I feel like I'm gonna hit a point where I'm just like, I'm gonna lie to myself that I like playing this game. It's gonna be like, what did I play recently? I swear I did something else recently. I tried like 4 times to play. Oh, fucking Pathologic 2. Every time I try to play it, I'm like, this will be great. And then every time I play it, I'm like, I don't like this game. Like, I'm like, I am bored out of my mind and not immersed in what is happening here. So hopefully this is different. I don't make any promises though. This could suck. Let's we'll just fade that out. I guess the other thing I could have done is MGMT Electric Field. That's another good, like, I used to use that all the time when talking in the background on like the radio. But yeah, why is my web browser like so, I think my GPU like display driver has crashed like 2 times in recent memory, because every time I boot OBS my windows aren't in like the correct places. And right now I'm looking at my web browser and I feel like it's also been like moved or something. Either that or like the ghost of my dead grandfather has piloted my PC in his spare time and he's fucking up all my windows and shit. So Anyway, welcome to Frostpunk. This is game version 105-400426. You can't see that because my fat body is in the way. It's in the corner. It says press any key to continue. We will now be pressing the key to continue. I keep looking at the stream and I feel like I'm looking like way too far over on that side of the screen. I'm gonna move that over a little bit. All right, we'll just press any key to continue here. The Legacy of New London, week 1. I guess we'll go with this. Someone said like some chapters were soft locked. And they were like, you might have to restart the chapter. I'm hoping since this is week 1, I hope this isn't chapter 2. That's what I guess I'm kind of hoping. That's what I'm kind of getting at here. Every city has guard squads keeping crime at bay. As the city grows, they may need reinforcements through laws or buildings that can be deployed to handle. I can read the rest of it. Press any key to begin. I also think I shouldn't play games like this on stream, which seems like a bad time to bring this up, but since I just started the stream, I thought about how many games I've played with like a plot and how I feel like those are like way better. I feel like I can make my own fun in a lot more of those type of games. I feel like I get lost in like the strategy of games like this, and then I feel like, I don't know if like sometimes I'm having fun, but other times I just feel like this must be painfully boring to watch. I'm assuming all this stuff functions similar to the first one. These are like the guard tower things. The generator is disabled. I've played this like once, maybe like a literal month ago, and I'm hoping we remember enough about how to like play that I don't have to restart the tutorial. So the generator, it's deactivated. There's no fuel. No put, no facts. Unknown upgrade, unknown upgrade, unknown upgrade, overdrive off. I'm assuming these are houses. New deposits needed. 0 out of 648,000 coal already extracted. Frost break to a shallow coal seam and construct an extraction district. Turn on the generator. Construct new housing districts to address the lack of shelter. I think this game plays as like an actual like story with like chapters and stuff. But I also heard there's supposed to be like a really good like laws system in like factions and stuff. I'm assuming this is like one faction. This is another faction. And this is another faction, and everybody keeps calling me Stuart for some reason. I think because like you're not the captain, so I guess it's like a steward, like below a captain. I feel like, is it a steward or like a Stuart? Also, that makes me think like, what about the name like Steward, which I guess is probably not a very popular like name anymore, but like what audacity! Like it'd be like naming your child like Captain. You'd be like, yeah, he's gonna be destined for great things, and you just name him that like from birth. I feel like some parents, you know. We'll build machines. I don't even remember where the frost break button is. I think it's over here. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I guess we want to, what does it say? Coal deposits. This is materials. Is this the coal? I don't understand. I'm already lost. Okay, here, this coal seam. So I feel like we probably want this, right? This shallow coal seam, that's what it said? Frost break to a shallow coal seam? I guess there's probably, should I just go like straight to it? I don't think you like get benefits from, I think I remember, like I tried to like uncover most of this. If you right click, it cancels your last like thing, and then it makes me insane because sometimes I just want to like click and drag around, but it like unclicks the frost breaking. I mean, I guess that's it. That is coal. I feel like I hate this because I've been dumped into like the middle of the scenario and I have no idea what the fuck is going on. If there's anything, I guess like most of the other ones were kind of like that, although I feel like I'm a bit more overwhelmed at the moment. So we'll just go here. I guess I'll accept this. We'll frost break that. I'm assuming we're probably gonna need food at some point. It looks like there's like a lot of like food surplus is down. Also probably want like housing. Can I put houses here? It's like 0 out of 6. What about here? Can I put houses here? That's kind of a big housing district. That's sheltered from the wind. This isn't sheltered from the wind. Why can't I put like housing in here? I feel like this is like the generator, right? That'd be like the most ideal place to put houses. All this looks frozen too, which doesn't seem very good. But anyway, we're minus 58. So I guess I'm gonna build houses even though the game didn't tell me to do that. Oh, it did. It did actually tell me to put housing stuff. Okay. I'm kind of wondering, like, this one's like more sheltered than the other one, which makes me think I should put the housing over here. I guess it's not. There's 3 on each side, but okay. I'm guessing we probably want like materials at some point too. I don't want to put that there. That sounds bad for business. And for toes. If people were to get the frost bitten. Random quote of thought about life or the universe. I feel like I had something earlier and I was thinking about it. That fucking, like, watching Subaru be a cop shit made me laugh super hard because she was just like, what does it all mean? And like, she's having like an existential crisis being like a GTA police officer. Can I tell you my theory from last stream about the whole, like, you don't know you weren't born yesterday? I feel like we've talked about this before. It's like there's nothing that truly, you know, you assume there's like a permanence there because stuff from the past is existing here in the present, but you don't actually know if that stuff's from the past. You could have just been born like 30 seconds ago or like right now, and you just have these memories, this idea, and you're just given this purpose, and it makes you think of like, you just think you were there. I actually have a different one. I kind of talked about the AI about this, right? Because the AI itself, Bard, has like no concept of time, basically. And it's like, what does that mean for like perception of yourself or like perception of your own reality? It makes me think like humans they experience time on like a very human-like scale, right? And you perceive reality on that like human-like scale. But it makes me think like the AI doesn't have any concept of time at all. And then like trees might have like a way longer drawn out concept of time. So it's like, what does that say about like their perception of self or their ability to like perceive the universe compared to like a human's ability? And I was like, what if there's like beings and stuff out there in the universe that like just like everything we could possibly think is like there and gone in the blink of an eye? And then it's like there's no hope for us to like communicate with each other, you know, because I feel like in the time that we've thought, like in the time we've lived and died, they might have barely had like a thought. But then I think it could also be like the opposite, where it's like in the time that I'm taking to make like one single thought, it could be like, you just makes me think like the time I take to make one single thought, it's like they could have like 1 billion. So it's like, it's hard to say how time would affect how we perceive ourselves and how we perceive the world around us. But also, yeah, I have a lot of existential crises. One of my redeems is like a random quote or thought about life in the universe, and that's it. That's all I've got. That's like I feel like it's not a cop-out because I actually haven't shared that with like anybody yet. Normally I have to use like some recycled idea from before. Construct an extraction district. Oh right, that's the other thing I'm supposed to do. I broke the coal free, I think. And now we need to extract from the coal. Do you think time is the result of cultural factors? Is that because like there's that thing where they say like different cultures perceive like up and down and like left and right, like as like I think like some cultures perceive like up and down as like the natural order, whereas other people perceive like left to right as the natural order, or if like depending on how you read, like right to left might also be the natural order. You can offer tips when necessary. That'd be like very helpful. I've only played the first game of this, so help would be appreciated. I think they pretty much set you up for failure in this, right? And then they're like, it's okay to fail, you know, failing is good for you. But then it's like, but I don't want to fail. I think we'll frost break this. I'm gonna try to move the extraction districts like a little more over here. I remember I watched a video recently. Some guy was talking about how he thinks when he programs. He's all 3 ticks of an area for a buff has to be filled in order for it to actually work. That's pretty good. It's like the housing district, like the 3 little like thing where it's like this ravine is sheltered. Those have to all be fulfilled. That is good to know. In the past, China, they've had their cardinal directions different. I believe that. But that makes me, sorry, I'm gonna give me like pause. Like sitting here talking. Only 3 district tiles have to be in it. It's like, okay, so that means like the housing, so as long as I put all 3 of those, then it's like this whole housing district, does that still get the whole benefit of like the shelter? Is that what you're saying? Whereas before I was worried about trying to like, okay, the map bonuses, only 3 have to be in it. Then move the other parts of the district can be out of it. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. Captain's dead, the coal's gone, the generator's off, we're doomed. I hate these people because all they do is bitch. Like in the first game, I feel like they're just gonna bitch in the second game too. Like go to the building, another housing district. I think there's two. There's like this one here, which I think is it's got like all three of these, right? So that's what you're saying? So like the whole district reaps the benefit of that? And the same thing over here? Go down more. Like I guess this is down more. Or do you mean like down in the housing district more? I apologize if the delay is like insufferable down in the crevasse. Wait, you mean like further down here? Or over here? You mean like down into this area? Or over here? In the blueprint mode. Like this mode? Even like in here? Oh my goodness, you can scroll all the way in. There are people in the village here warming themselves by the fire. I didn't expect that to be a thing at all. This area has a bonus? Or like you mean this area? Here? Or like further down here? I'm assuming because they're all like sheltered by the wind, right? So we're saying I should frost break down into this area? Oh yeah, because that has like the shelter bonus. I feel like these people are gonna be like freezing like far away from the generator though, aren't they? I guess we'll just frost break for now. Everybody's gonna lose their like fingers and toes out in the wind. I feel like my angle is like off now. There we go. But yeah, some guy was talking about like how he thinks when he programs. I need to make a coal extraction district is what I forgot to do. He said he thinks like he tried to see how much stuff he could do while like counting. This is not coal, is it? What is this? What is coal? Okay, so it's cold, it's cold, it's coal. I feel like this is like the best benefit for value, right? Maximize the district bonus. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. I may have already fucked this up. I forgot that like it's more about like the number of districts, right? And not necessarily the there's like blue tiles here. Is this good housing land? What is this? Near extraction district? Heat and squalor? Isn't squalor like filth? Isn't filth bad? Something like if you put like two of these, well these will get, oh this is like, oh, I didn't mean to accept that. This is ruh-roh. You can expand to districts. Wait, should I have not built this district right next to that other district? It's like we need coal. We need food. Probably start frost breaking towards like, we're also probably gonna need these materials at some point. But we're probably gonna want to frost break towards this food at some point as well. Is what I'm thinking. There's minor disease and then there's severe cold. I feel like I could have. The 5 circles. We're at the top here. The 4th one. This one here, the squalor. Yeah. Do we have like any? There's like food here. Fertile soil, fertile soil. I feel like, is this one like more clustered than the other one? I feel like there's way more food up here if you're like willing to make the journey. Oh, I kind of have like some of this broken already? Or do we not? Why is that like that? Why was it like highlighted? I don't, or is this actually in like is this in play? Oh, I think it is. Okay, we need food. Probably. Is there like some benefit for like food too? You're building a research institute? Yeah, I usually try to like max out on them. we have the ability? Oh, we can. Where can I put this? Is this just a one tile? Does it just go anywhere? Why can I like place this freely? Or does it have to go in like a logistics district? Housing districts? What about the people's houses? There's a building slot. I have to like click it. Okay, I see. So you have to like expand it first? Is that how that works? Yeah, I think because it's like, I'm only on like chapter 1 or whatever. My noob chapter. Is this still sheltered from the wind? I'm scared for what that entails, but I'll say go for it. Turn on the generator. Are we getting enough coal? They're still building. I feel like the tutorial helped me. That's all I played of this game so far was the tutorial. That's what I think it's like. I'm hoping they'll go like easy on us. Is the we have like automatons. I feel like those are rare. Or is that just what people use to like break frost and build now? This is like the future of the first game. Oh, this is an empty building slot. Wait, so can I put the research institute in the food district? Does that like ruin things? Or does it have to go in the housing district and then like the they're not rare anymore. Oh no, now they're not special. We've advanced too far. 6 people are registered as sick. That's not very good. Probably. Bad experiences in this game with like people getting insanely sick. We're like almost done getting cold though. Perhaps. Except it's minus 30. Take advantage of the heat sharing districts. Yes, like I think the extraction districts look like they shared heat, right? Something like that. I think housing, doesn't housing also share heat with like other housing districts? The downside being, I guess I never... Wait, what? Did not frost break any of this? Or is this just, oh, is this part of the other district? I'm also, should I just be frost breaking as much as possible? Is that like a bad idea? There's abandoned ruins over here. I feel like there's prefabs to be had. Share heat with food districts without consequence, and extraction industrial logistics can share without consequence. Okay, I see. Because if the housing shares with like the industrial, then like the squalor goes up. I think that's what the thing was like hinting at. How many people are like, okay, so we still probably need more housing. I guess I should like build it around this other housing district. Is that how that works? Oh, I was gonna like expand this one though. Scraps are gone. Where are those at? Oh, replaced by heat stamps? Okay, I see. So like, is that like a change they made after they released it? Is it better to expand districts or like better to just build them? Like I said, does this not provide additional housing? It just provides a building slot? Didn't I already expand this? This is already expanded. Make another one connected to the housing district? You think it's better to make 2? I don't know why some of these tiles are like locked. Also, why is this housing district so small? I feel like I should have built more like along. I probably should have built like down here. Or further in this ravine. I don't know. I guess I'm thinking like stuff has to be near the generator. Was like it does. I feel like it doesn't anymore, right? Or does it? Am I ruining the plan? We don't have a lot of. Oh, that's just heat that's unfulfilled. How much? Where's like the oil at? We're losing materials. We're losing food. We're like short on housing. Oh boy, good work, Steward. You have secured a new coal deposit. It's part of the last vein in New London. There are still some deposits left, but they won't last for long. We'll need to improve our mining efficiently, but the city's communities are voicing different ideas about how to do it. We need to decide whose ideas are worth pursuing. Oh boy, we must choose a solution. Research time. Oh no, also I haven't discovered oil yet. It's like satisfactory all over again. I feel like. Okay, so we just put this here then. So can I put 2 of these? I used to like go crazy and would just like slap these down like literally anywhere. Because it used to make it go like faster. So I feel like can I just do this as well? I probably don't want to connect this, right? Because like you'll get it's shelter, but then there's squalor here. I'm hoping that's like in that area, right? It's not in this area here. So I'm hoping that's like just enough space to like not have to worry about it. Okay, that's expanding. This is building. This is doing. I think they're building the research institute there is what that is doing. I probably want to get food, right? So we're not like losing food, we're like gaining food. Is there not a better way to like... I guess that works. It's kind of unfortunate that like the food's over here, because that means like the housing to share heat with that would have to be up there, right? I didn't put any of the housing or any of this food up here. What is this crystal ball? Tension is severe, extremely increased by severe cold, gently increased by notable disease, greatly increased by fear of running out of coal. Oh yes, amazing. Everybody is panicking. Perfect. Oh boy, we can now research new ideas. We need new ideas to move forward. However, different communities may propose diverging answers to the same issue that will only pursue solutions that align with their worldview. Choosing a community to develop an idea will improve your relations with that community. Oh no. Coal mines. I feel like this is what the tutorial said to focus on, right? The coal mines. You don't have to research coal mine yet. If I research it now, am I going to be like better off? Because it will be like ahead of the curve type of thing. Blasting coal mine. That sounds dangerous. Dust coal mine. Mining operation where residual coal dust is sucked up and compressed into briquettes to make maximum use of the resource. I mean, that sounds cool, but also sounds like it'll be like really bad. It'll progress the campaign. Housing installation. Asbestos lining. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, frost ideas. They all... Why does everyone agree with this idea? Haven't they seen the ads for mesothelioma? You know? You could go into other tabs. Oh, is that like the... Oh, okay, I see. So we can do factories, filtration towers. Is this to like make the... moss filtration towers? Circulates ambient air through natural moss that absorbs and filters impurities. So this like makes people, I guess, less... Squalor is significantly decreased. 20 heat demand. Rapid filtration. I feel like this is going to be... This one's like significantly decreased. Ventilation towers. This is, I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I'm super excited at like all the stuff that's available, but I'm also immediately overwhelmed at all the stuff that is available. Do things for the factions. Frostland, security, scouts headquarters, logistics bays, skyways. This sounds dangerous. Also, I feel like I don't have a need for this yet. Famine prevention, housing block. That sounds OP. Disease is slightly increased. Oh, that sounds not great, but I guess it sounds like it would pack a lot of people into like one area. Hospitals would be amazing. Does anybody not agree with the hospitals? Because I feel like we should vote them off the island. will regularly cure a significant number of sick absentees. Disease is slightly decreased. Unlocks the preliminary triage district ability, which can still decrease disease, but also result in deaths. How many able-bodied do we have? A fighting hub, what the? An outlet for the frustration. I feel like I hate this. I don't know if this says like anything about me as like a type of person, but I'm like, can't you find a different outlet for your frustration that doesn't involve beating the crap out of each other? Society, you know, it says a lot about society. Fighting hubs aren't that efficient. Heatings were here. I mean, I kind of want to do the hospital, but I also don't know, like, I guess what it actually costs in terms of resources. People aren't the ones fighting. Oh no, is it like a Michael Vick type of thing? The generator wakes. A child is born. People gather around the generator towers that wakes with a thundering shudder and bestows heat on us yet again. I was going to say upon us. This is our heart of the city. Our last line of defense against the cold. Our first hope for their future. Any future. Steward, there's a couple who says their first child. A daughter was born the exact moment the generator sprang to life again. They call her Lily May. They ask that you bless her. You give us hope back. Thanks to you, our child may yet have a future ahead of her. Very well, Lily May. I feel like way to announce that to everybody, that you were just out there having a child right when the generator turned on, you know? Well, way to go. May your life be warm and winds spare your paths. This movie, this reminds me of like the Snowpiercer. Automatons fight. That sounds worse. That sounds wasteful. Different ideas, communities of New London. A small crowd gathers outside the new research institute arguing about how to exploit the last coal veins. The stalwarts and New Londoners want us to lean on machine-powered mining, but Frostlanders would have us pursue a more frugal solution. They would never display such discord under the captain's rule. You have to choose who to entrust with the developing of their idea. Show me your options. Can I decide this later? Because New London have differing perspectives. You may not be able to please everybody. Also advise getting a law regulating children while you can. Is that like before they get hurt climbing into like the coal mines or something? Because I used to have it like all the time in the other game. People would be really mad too because they'd be like, do you want to halt production forever by like 10% so that nobody's ever injured again? And I'm kind of like, not really. I feel like it's only one casualty and like only one dude managed to mess this up. Like in out of like the entire history of the playthrough, I feel like it's just it's his loss, you know. Shanking, that sounds bad. Can I decide this later though? Show me our options. Why not? You know, show me what we got. Is this what I looked at earlier? The like heating thing? There's like a handcuffs up there. What is that? Crime. So I want to get like watchtowers. No one else shares this idea. What does that mean? Like it's my idea only? Watchtowers outfitted with state-of-the-art equipment to monitor citizens and ensure order. Watchtower constructed in housing district. Command post where guards are quartered to maintain order in the city. Frostlanders command post where guards are quarantined. Wait, I'm so confused. One of these is like, these are these all the same? One's a surveillance watchtower. The other two are just a watchtower. Is that why they like it? Because it's literally the same idea. Having 3 factions. Honestly, don't know. What I find interesting about this is I played Surviving the Aftermath, and it also had like a factions system like this, but I feel like they didn't do it very well. It was like very difficult there to also like get the whole faction. Oh, is this like the thing you were talking about? Youth? The council needs to be constructed. Okay, well, note to self, we probably need a council. Where does one find a council? We got the housing block, famine prevention, work compensation, maintenance duty. There's so much stuff to research. Logistics bays storing and handling only essential survival skill and providing training on how to use it efficiently. I feel like I'm going to end up reading all these and we're not going to pick any single one of them. What do sawmills do? Massive sawmill which frozen woods cut into usable material without undergoing any treatment, speeding up the process, but exposing people to mold, spores, and fungi. I feel like that doesn't sound very good. I'm tempted to just go for the hospital again, but I don't know if I'm gonna like need something more important with all this stuff. Not unlocked yet. All right, should I just research the hospital in the meantime? I feel like we're gonna need this at some point, if not eventually. No one else shares this idea. Teaching hospital. Why does nobody want teaching hospitals? Isn't this like... Because materials are running lower. You say sawmill because materials are running lower? But what about the mold spores and the fungi? So if you do this, aren't we going to need to, like... We're going to need filtration towers. I feel like we're going to back ourselves into, like... Mechanized sawmill. Untreated. Oh, I see. So that's why, like... Okay, so we probably don't want the untreated sawmill, even though it's, like, faster. Are you just saying slightly? When you say slightly, though, that makes me think, like, I mean, how bad is it going to be? How much disease are they really going to be increased by? Oh, I guess that could work, too, because we'd have, like... People get disease, but then they go to the hospital, right? And then they just get their mold spores and fungi treated. I feel like nobody's going to be happy with this. Except me. They're going to like, what the fuck is that guy doing? 12% of the city, 45% of the city, 43% of the city. This other one has like more material output anyway. It just requires more heat. Is that why, like, is that the only downside? If disease is low enough, no one gets sick. I mean, the other ones do cost a lot of heat. This one is arguably the cheapest. Untreated sawmills are best. Is this your professional opinion? Alright, I'll go with it. What do we have? Extremely increased by severe cold. Great, awesome. So we're still freaking out. I probably should get like I think we should get like an extraction thingy for like materials and stuff, right? Because we're low on materials. So like we should break this area and get materials. Cold is decreasing? Yeah, they don't make a lot of heat. You mean decreasing or increasing? Have materials available? Deposits? Where? Oh, right here. Those are prefabs. I see. If I like expand this over here and then build another thing here, will do these benefit from being right next to each other, or does it like, do I have to put like a logistics district between them? What's an industrial district? What is all this stuff? It'll share heat and reduce heat demand to them both. That sounds OP. Okay, let's put that there then. This is your favorite Disney movie? Dude, mine too, honestly. I feel like I used to have like a crush on Elsa though, and thought she was like the cooler sister. But now that I'm older, I realize like Anna's like the way more dateable sister, you know? She's like way less about having her own pity party and is totally about like helping the lives of the other people around her. Industrial districts are used to produce consumer goods. To be honest, you never saw Frozen? What? I feel like my university had a predominantly like strong population of dudes. So like anytime we'd watch a movie like that, it would just be like 11 dudes in a room watching like Frozen on like a screen. So that's my Frozen experience. I watched Frozen in a room with 11 dudes and not a single girl in sight. And we loved it. It was great. If you have maximum relations with Star Wars, they produce a small amount of prefabs each week. But you said they're like radicalists, right? They look very militarized. Sometimes though, I kind of like these. Sometimes I like the militarized faction. I don't think there was a single playthrough in like my other games that didn't end in like martial law lockdown. I'd be like, don't listen, don't you overthrow me. Like, they also have an ability, then it just makes me want to go for them more, right? Like, is this their ability? Elite squads of guards that will be used? Yeah, so isn't this like, I feel like I'm not supposed to support the militia, but I'm kind of like, I feel like I support the militia when I'm in charge and it benefits me. Probably want more food. How much, like, I'm worried I'm gonna, like, end up using all my workforce before I realize it. And then I'm gonna have a bad time. Oh no, just have to, like, just have to be in both of these to get the benefit. I feel like the radical faction's ability doesn't have a downside. That makes me also want to pick that faction more. I'm hoping that's like enough. Is it? Or do I need it? Does it have to be like 3? It kind of looks like it has to be like 3. Another radical faction will come out? Oh no. So what? Wait, so like, does the factions just keep getting more radical? I feel like, do we really need like consumer goods right now? So I feel like I should not. I'm gonna put this here for now. I'm gonna hope that I didn't mess that up. Also, I don't know if I want to know yet. I feel like I want to experience it when it happens, you know? Is it gonna be like the... I played a game a long time ago called like... I think it was like Hand of God or something. It was like a game maker game. And there was like a human faction. You could help them and like give them laws and make them raise cities and introduce them to nuclear warfare. And then eventually like Rabbit kind became smart and tried to overthrow humanity and stuff like that. And I was like, I think that could happen. Consumer goods just affect crime and heat stamp income. I guess, what do we do with heat stamps? We buy people's patience away? Frozen forest. I should probably, now that I think about it, are we gonna like... Do we need a certain type of district to process this, like, to put the sawmills on or anything? I'm not messing this up. Consumer goods just affect crime and heat stamp income. They're used to frostbreak, create districts, create pathways in the frostland, buildings, and research else. It sounds like those are very important, and we probably want some of those at some point. For the notable cold. Stuff's going down. Oh, research an idea for the coal mines, construct a nuclear research building in the extraction district. Oh, for the... Okay. I think I have like workforce. Well, thank you for your help so far, and I hope you have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I look forward to meandering through the rest of this. So your help will be missed, but I do appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, I'm guessing this empty building slot is where that thing we're researching goes. It's only 41% researched, which makes me kind of want to get more like research buildings, I'm guessing. Right now we're like, I think our workforce is busy, which is kind of what I was worried about, because I feel like we have a lot of, I hope like they're busy clearing stuff and not like super busy just actually doing stuff permanently for the rest of their life, because... Yeah, you know, deactivated unfinished 8. Sometimes I'm so like, I used to play this game at like 2 or 3 times speed, like regularly. I'm so afraid to like do that in this new game for some reason. Also, we're losing coal. We need more coal. That says we're stockpiling 30 a day, which makes me think maybe we don't need more coal. Oh no, it looks like we're definitely losing coal. Goods limited. Unfulfilled materials. Okay, food's like, we're stockpiling food, which is like good, I think, perhaps.
Help us keep you warm. Report all leaks and damages to the nearest maintenance office.
That makes me think of barotrauma for some reason. I feel like we're in some really dystopian society. Oh wait, they have a council. Promote. Publicly announce your support for this faction? That doesn't sound very, very good. Fervor? De-radicalize? Oh no. We'll encourage your former members to leave the faction they've joined. Some members will leave the Stalwarts. Stalwarts fervor decreases, Stalwart relations increase. I feel like I'm not super against the Stalwarts yet, because I feel like I don't know what terrible crimes they've committed, but it doesn't seem that bad in the grand scheme of things. Population growth progress 30%. Our population is rising steadily. I feel like I need more workforce. We're gonna have nobody left to work in the sawmill. Oh, I guess what I can do is I can turn some of these down. Like, we are producing excess food, which makes me think like I could turn down like the food production, which wouldn't be great. What do we have that like can actually be spared? I feel like we have nothing. We have nothing that can be spared. I can't even build this. 51 people have returned to work. That's like 200. Okay, that's decent. What's happening here? Good to have you back, old chap. It was a terrible fright to have you switched off. You're more than just a heat source to us, you know. I thought he was talking to me, and I realized he's talking to the generator. To us, you're a symbol of what should be unbending, unyielding fortitude. May we all stand so bold against the frost. The generator is revered and respected by the Stalwarts. Are these people going to turn into like radical extremists that are like, all hail the generator? All hail the Firehawk? Also, I haven't played this game much, but thank you. I saw you playing it and you seem to really like it. I actually like the first one a lot, so I'm hoping the second one's like pretty decent as well. And thank you. I think you're also the best. I apologize I don't say it to your face enough, but I think you're pretty cool. Why did this thing like interrupt me just to tell me that like these people are you know, lovely run? Did you enjoy it? Did you finish it, or did you just like kind of get bored of it? I feel like I have a bad habit of not entirely finishing games, to be honest. Finished it, nice. Does it have like open-ended scenarios and stuff like that, like the first one kind of did? Or does it end up like you just like finish all the chapters and then it's kind of like, well, there's nothing left to do? I saw there was like a bunch of bug fixes on the Steam update thing, so I'm curious if it's like, did you run into any soft locks? Because it looked like they fixed like 3 of them or something like that. Not super. It's a pretty good wrap. That's fair. I have no workforce for like any of this. Also, blasting coal mines sound bad, but they do produce a lot of coal. I mean, it's only like squalor is increased. Would I rather have squalor or like disease? I'm kind of banking on that hospital, which makes me think like, the other problem with this is like this requires more workers. Actually, I guess once those other coal mine, like once the surface coal mine deposits are gone, I feel like we can do these, right? Is it bad if I just keep researching stuff without progressing the story? I'm gonna fall into some kind of trap. What is, so there's like minus 600 in housing. There's minus 2,400 people in extraction districts. $400 people are at the research institute. Gonna dip. Have a good dream. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good rest of your evening. Research meetings. I feel like this is like the same like rush. The research. Research a new idea for coal mines. Actually, you know what I'm kind of thinking? I wonder if those like coal mine ideas are faster than extracting by hand, which makes me think if I do that, then maybe I can free up some like coal mine gathering resources. And then hopefully, oh, this is prefabs. I feel like we don't need these. I'm gonna turn this off for now. We have 800 more workers. guess. But the saw, I don't know what the sawmill gives us. What does this give us? What do you give us? 170 materials. Okay, yeah, so that would super boost like the amount of material we're getting. I think that's the idea. Okay, so I think instead of building like a bunch of districts, which I've kind of done here, I'm assuming we're actually just supposed to build these buildings, which give us like a bunch of this stuff and probably don't use like half as much of the labor force as the other stuff that I've been doing. So I'm guessing if we built like one of these extraction buildings for this area and then one for like food and then one for coal, which is what we're supposed to do for like the story, we're probably better off than having two entire coal districts that are both using like 600 workers. Is what I'm guessing is supposed to kind of happen here. Whether that's actually the case or not, I don't know, but that is that's my guess. I'm sorry, I'm drinking water. I'm very thirsty.
Beware of frostbite. Keep your face and ears covered.
It's like living in North Dakota. Fuck. My car that I currently own actually has like a block heater in it because when I bought it, I lived in North Dakota and it was like, if you don't have it, your engine will like freeze. Like the oil in your engine will freeze. So that's like a fun fact / tip, despite the fact that like my car is like older than dirt and like falling apart and I want to get a new one, but every now and then I forget that there's like an actual block heater in there and then I remember it, I'm like, holy shit, I'm like, that's right. Like, what the fuck? Because I didn't live there long. I kind of just like bought the car and then we moved away from that area and then I was like, well, I guess that's the thing that's like in there. Council Hall. I should probably build this, no? Okay. And what are we researching? I feel like I'm playing this super slow. Should I bump it up to like 2 times speed? I'm worried that I'm gonna do that and then like I'm gonna be having fun and then shit's gonna go like off the rails so fast. I have like no hope of recovering it before I realize like everything has gone terribly wrong. Tradition, the world has changed but not the people. The old social order has always been the glue that holds us together. It will still keep us together. It will keep us together. I can't read properly. My brain is skipping words. With tradition as our foundation, we will rebuild society. To move beyond survival, we must leave behind the old social order. Through logic and reason, we will thrive. It's a new world that demands a new society. Merit and new opportunities ripen. Fortune always favors the bold. Council gathers for the first time. We can vote on new laws. Anticipation fills the air as the council opens. The captain ruled with a firm hand for years, but those times died with him. Now the communities of the city want their say. The stalwarts maintained order on behalf of the captain and adhere to what they claim was his vision for New London. Progress, merit, and reason. The New Londoners and Frostlanders clash over our survival strategy, though neither has a firm stance on economic or social issues. Then there are those who view the stalwarts with contempt for their role in the New London's history, but they keep to the shadows for now. I guess that's the foreshadowing, hinting on the other race of the other faction that you were mentioning earlier. Based on your handling of the coal crisis, the first decision is whether you should maintain your role as a steward. Oh god. What does that mean? We're gonna vote me off the island already? I haven't even made a choice. I guess that's probably good enough reason as any to like vote someone off the island. Like, you didn't even decide, bro. Where we start? It's like, I remember reading about like the government of a certain country, which I don't want to name because I don't want to seem like I'm shaming them. But I remember their people were starving and their parliament took like 2 weeks to vote on whether like KFC was healthy enough to feed their starving people. And it makes me think, I bet those people probably wanted to vote parliament off the island. They're probably like, bro, like, we're hungry, give us food. And they're like, I don't know, can we feed our starving population KFC? Is it really fit for them? Is it in their best interest, you know? And it's like, the council. When you return to the council in the future, you'll be able to propose new laws to vote upon. But for now, a special vote needs to happen. The communities of New London have to accept you as their leader. Be careful, if you fail, this will be the end of your rule. Yo, I didn't build anything yet. I shut the steward right in power. If this vote fails, the delegates will immediately remove you from office. Wait, can I vote? Can I negotiate? Negotiate with the delegates and try to influence the way they vote? Negotiate? Mostly hesitant. Why? Is it because I didn't build the thing? There's 4 against. Who are these people? Can I vote them off the island? Alright, who's like, I mean, there's 45 people here, so I feel like I should negotiate with these people, right? They'll vote for. They will vote for passing the law during the next vote. Should the stewards remain in power after this vote? I feel like, how does this work? We gotta research. Okay, so I think their terms. I got a city development effort. Everyone must support the production of the prefabs to help the expansion of the city, building a mechanized sawmill. Massive sawmill loading frozen wood directly into mulching machines that separate usable materials from waste byproducts, build a ventilation tower structure that use highly. I feel like I'm already, like, I already don't have the mechanized sawmill. So. Survivalist headquarters, moss filtration tower. Circulates the ambient air through natural moss that absorbs and filters impurities. I mean, I feel like I'm going to want one of these type of things like anyway, so I feel like this isn't so terrible. Expedition support, I already kind of want to do that, and then survivalist headquarters, based of the operations or staff, subject hand-picked scouts to intensive drilling and over. I feel like I've murdered this. Base of operations, where staff officers subject hand-picked scouts to intensive drilling and oversee exploration expeditions. Exploration time is decreased, territory threat level is decreased. I feel like I like all these things, which makes me want to like do this. Can I get them to vote for? Okay, so if you vote for this, I'll give you this type of thing. Is it too late to like, what do these people want? Vote for. Liberated youth, young adults are encouraged to experiment free from arbitrary balance and judgment. Okay, I mean, I kind of agree with that, like morally, but it also makes it like within reason, right? Like, everyone must support the production of prefabs to help expansion of the city. Harvesting funerals, the decreased will be harvested and their healthy body parts used to support city healthcare. Unharvested remains will be incinerated and the ashes transferred to relatives. Okay, so I'm kind of like, this is where I get in trouble with a lot of these playthroughs. Is like I'm kind of in favor of this. As I stand right now on my identification documents, I am an organ donor. Because I'm like, you know, if I'm brain dead, just like harvest my organs and do whatever to like keep whoever else kind of alive type of thing. So I'm very in favor of like, all right, like if we can use the dead for like a greater purpose, I'm like, you know, just harvest the bodies, like go for it, you know. Like, I feel like every time I would pass this law in like the old game, they'd be like, you fucking monster. Like, sorry. Like think of all the good Gran could do, like other than just rotting in the ground. If you could just like harvest her organs and use them to keep other people like going, you know? I just feel like it seems like the scientific, like natural way to do things. Okay, negotiations. I feel like, am I gonna want to do this though? Can I just kind of like let it ride for now? Oh, I can. Okay. Do I have to decide this right now? The problem with this game is like every time I feel like I make promises in it, I can sometimes not deliver on those promises, and then people get really pissed off if you promise them things and then don't actually give them what you promised them. Not that like that should come as like a shock to anybody, but just that like that typically ends up happening. So I have like a bad habit in this game of just being like, I'm like, no, hold on a minute. Well, that council is taking so much heat. Or is it outputting heat? Demand. Why do we have so much demand? The generator's making like 240. What the heck? This demand's like 105? This is insane. Although this does like output stuff. Oh, okay, so I feel like 10 food is being out, 70 food is being output from this. Is this true? I feel like, is this like, it says output, which makes me think like we should be having like way more food like being output right now. We should have like 170. I feel like we didn't have that much before. Was this always just outputting this? We just couldn't see it? That would make sense. Alright, well, I feel like we're already fucked. What is this making? Materials. Do we have another thing gathering materials somewhere? Where's all our industrial districts? There's like a button you can hit to see like the overview of these. I don't remember what it is. I would like to know what the button is. Where's the where's the keys? Focus on city, council, Frostland, buildings, hubs, districts. I think it's districts, is it? Unless that's like base economy. It might be one of these. Alt. Okay, this is it. This is what I was looking for. What is this doing? What is it? I think that's gathering coal. That's gathering coal. This is gathering. What are you gathering? What are you producing? What is this? What is this actually? Should I build this on something, or is this just here? It's getting like wood, but like I thought there was something else here before this. Oh my goodness. I guess for now I'll just let this play. At what point am I gonna like get kicked out? Okay, 9 weeks and 2 days. That's what I have to either win favor and or not fuck it up. However you want to interpret the situation. I'm really tempted to like cut back on food production. Even this could probably like. Yes, like we could get workforce back here. We won't be stockpiling as many materials, but teaching hospital. I feel like this was for like these people, right? This is gonna be bad. Might be getting in trouble. Treatment. Experimental treatment. Yeah, this is it. Looking to practice cutting edge pioneering treatments. I don't know if I would say like always. That seems like seems a bit extreme if you ask me. Okay, I guess we should probably research something else. Liberated youth. Young adults are encouraged to experiment free from arbitrary bounds and judgments. No one else shares this idea. Why can't I vote for like literally anything else? I don't know if I believe this. Especially after Johnny Test hinted about that shanking problem. Makes me think like I do not want a shanking problem in the city. That sounds very bad. Trust rises slightly. Oh, but we have a youth employment program? Bolsters the city. I mean, I'm not about nailing one's ears to the factory floor, but like youth employment though, I mean, hey, you know, like who doesn't love a little employed youth, you know? I feel like what a terrible time to have lived before like child labor laws went into effect. What a horrible upbringing like people must have had. Alright, filtration towers, factory chart. There's so much stuff. What about this chart? Why can't I use this? Like, this makes coal. Requires 20 materials. I guess it requires like wood too, right? Or is that just material? 20 materials minus 20 from charcoal regeneration plant. Material process resources used for industry. Oh my god, I'm yawning. Processed resources used for industry and maintenance. Without them, the harsh conditions will deteriorate our infrastructure and increase squalor. I kind of just want to go this way. Like, weather adjusted shifts. Production efficiency slightly decreased. Disease is slightly decreased. Heat demand in districts other than housing is decreased. I mean, that sounds like... I like this idea of the reduction efficiency. I feel like it's going to be so hard to deal with. You'll have like heat, but you'll have like nothing else. I'm already strategizing, so I apologize that I'm basically spending the entire stream looking at this like... I feel like the idea is like you probably just want to pick something and then it's going to fail, right? I don't like that these people want, like, whatever, like, why need coal mines at all? If I could do that other thing that, like, if we could just make charcoal plants, like, why? Why not just do this? I feel like we have the hospital. Those require prefabs. I mean, it makes like 150 coal. I feel like that's like better than any of the coal mines that we've had. Why do I have to pick this? Is that 10 weeks to research and they're voting on whether I get kicked out in 9? What's up with that? I think I see a problem here. That's 18 weeks to research and 100 of these monies. Okay, I think we may have a problem. I really do think we have a problem because these people are voting in like 7 weeks and 6 days. And that says 8 weeks. I want this charcoal plant though. Alright, I'm kind of going on the side of like the dust coal mine, and then we can do like the charcoal plant. That doesn't sound really dumb. But again, I feel like this is so dumb to like spend money on this. Also, I'm not in favor of the asbestos lined housing. So. Steam. It's a wonderful platform. Alright, I guess I'm gonna research this. I think we're already like too late though. Oh, this is definitely gonna take 10 weeks and 5 days. We are so fucked. I'm tolerated. That's good. Voting in 10 weeks, 0 days. It says 10 weeks, 0 days there. Which is, I'm getting conflicting messages here. Because it says they're voting in 7 weeks and 3 days here. Bro. Alright, well, I guess we'll, I feel like what do I do other than like wait until I inevitably am doomed. A teaching hospital though, that would be sick. It requires heat stamps though, we don't have any. We have like 94, we need more heat stamps. That means we're making 14 a week. Unmet demand for goods means minus 2.8 heat stamps a week, I guess. I feel like I'm gonna watch this number and this number. We're so doomed. I think I'm gonna have to promise those people that like, okay, I'm gonna do these things. I feel like I already can like, I'm gonna owe people stuff already. And I don't want to like owe people things. Also, was the teaching hospital really the way to go? I feel like we don't have like a lot of disease either, which makes me think I probably shouldn't have built this. What would have probably done wonders would have been like another. I could have expanded this. Actually, if I kind of just keep expanding the same one, one additional bonus. Oh yeah, so I could have just kept expanding this and then like kept putting research facilities in like the one district. I think.
Remember to keep your heat lamp maintained. It might just save your life.
Oh boy. I mean, we have a hospital. Disease should be down. Heat's gone like way up. I feel like probably shouldn't be building all this stuff. Now that I think about it too, because like we need heat. What was that? There was like one of these research things that was like, what was the research one that was like not enough heat stamps? I feel like there was like something here that was like it would reduce heat, and I was like, you basically never have to do anything like heat related, but it felt like, oh, the shifts. Yeah, the like heat weather adjusted shifts. Yeah, it's like heat demand in districts other than housing is decreased, and it's like that's kind of sounds goated, but like production efficiency also decreased, which makes me think like you'd totally be screwed probably. Disease minor, marginally increased until untreated sawmill. Oh, marginally increased by untreated sawmill. Slightly decreased by teaching hospital. I feel like slightly decreased does not outweigh moderately increased, but this is also extremely increased by cold, which makes me think that we're doomed either way. 1 week. I think this is broken because this is voting. How many? Why are people still so undecided? Do I just like, oh, I mean, I could just let him wing it, I guess. It's only 4 against, right? So, I mean, is this like a majority vote, or is it like if people aren't strong about it, then I don't get kicked off the island? Like, how does that work? I'm here to like meet my fate. I'm ready. It is I, the person who took too long to do the coal research, and I'm ready to be voted out of society. I'm waiting. How much time should I watch it in like real time? Should I put the music from Inception on as we watch our last like 3 days run out, and then people are like, you didn't do the one thing we told you to do? Like, oh, I feel like it doesn't refresh. Council in recess. What do you mean? Like, did I break the cut or not? I wouldn't have done the other research had I known. I wouldn't have done the dust coal mine. Like, looming cold from the city as the captain's authority weakened, different groups started pulling the city in their own direction. New London grew overpopulated. Whiteouts ruined expansion attempts. And now coal is finally running out. Without heat and shelter, people will start freezing to death. Although the captain appointed you before passing, people are anxious you're not up to the task. Prove them wrong, steward. Cold has risen to a concerning level. People may die or suffer frostbite. Provide shelter and heat to fight it. Tension is high. People are afraid. It's like, I see. What a pensive way to like. It's like, yes, people are dying. I see. Like, it's like, don't you want to do something about this? I kind of wish I hadn't done like the coal mine thing now, though. I feel like the charcoal was the way to go. Oh no. People are gonna, I feel like I definitely have a, oh no, crime is absent, diminishing. Increased by goods as scarcity, decreased by guards. I mean, that means like there's crime. Extremely increased by heat scarcity. Extremely increased by cold. I wouldn't have researched this had I known. I would have gone my own way. I thought like I absolutely had to research this. Can I like save scum? It's like a thing. Can I save scum my way out of this? I really... I like the idea of the other, I guess we're gonna need like a lot more anyway. Oh, is the generator off? Is that why there's a heat scarcity? No, it's on. Like, what do I do? Can I, do I just give it more coal and that makes more heat? Like, I don't understand. I don't get the mechanic here. I should probably begin more research, I suppose. So I really want these charcoal plants. But I can't afford this research. It's like, why wouldn't I just do this? We have sawmills. I'm like, that sounds innovative as heck, dude. Uses a mix of wood combustion and natural bacteria to produce a coal substitute from wood and already spent charcoal. Also, everything here is decreasing. Like, it's everything here is slightly increasing disease, though, which makes me think like, we're gonna have a problem here. We're gonna need more. We're gonna need more hospitals or more filtration towers. I guess these only decrease squalor, right? They don't actually increase like. It's not like they're chlorine towers that are like making the city healthy again. Can't believe the council's just in recess. They didn't even. I mean, maybe they voted. I didn't see their vote. Maybe the fact that I'm still here means like some of our people are frozen to death. Oh, this isn't good. This is bad. I must 80 froze. Oh, but that's a lot of people. That's like not a small number. I don't understand this population growth progress either. If like when that gets to like 100, do I get more people? Oh no, death due to cold. Steward, a cold wave has taken lives in the city. People were found frozen not only in the open streets, but in some houses and workplaces as well. The air is thick with grief and anger. People fear the horror of years past will return under your leadership. They want the council to ensure new laws can help with fighting this crisis. Reassuring them would be prudent. People will continue to freeze to death until the cult is brought down. Trust falls. I feel like this is already, we're off to like a bad start. This game's one of those things where, or at least like the first game, it used to be like if stuff like got out away from you, like if you started bad, it was only going to get worse. It's like you were never going to get back on top of it. And I'm starting to feel like if this game's the same way, we're already fucked. We've already ruined it. We're already behind. We're doomed. Just whatever. All right. A lack of common rules among our people can lead to trouble. But as the council debates the future of the city, all are concerned about the day our last coal deposits run out. We must explore the Frostland for more sources of fuel, or else the city will have no future at all. We must find more fuel. I feel like, could you like, I feel like, why don't, okay, yeah, I feel like, yeah, so all everybody's got to do is like stop hating me and let's unite under our common goal of like finding more coal. You know? That thing said like Frostland view, Frost view. Where's the Frost view at? Construct hubs, construct buildings. What are hubs? Are you hubs? Oh, material stockpile hub. How do I... is this the Frostland? I'm so lost. Tension, got it. Heat stamps, got it. Access to Frostland. Okay, here we go. You need to reach beyond your city not only just to survive, but to thrive. Logistics districts give access to the Frostland. Keep in mind that they only be constructed in place of old way stations at the edges of any city or colony. By exploring and exploiting the world outside the capital city, you can provide your people with nearly everything they need. You can switch between the Frostland view and the city view by clicking the button in the top right corner. There's no button in the top right corner. My button is gone. We have like -91 heat still. Okay, so the bad news is, sorry, I didn't mean to say that so loudly. The bad news is that we're like 52 people. We don't have enough labor force. Okay, so we don't have enough labor force for materials, which I guess is not great. And then we also don't have enough labor force for more coal that we need. So, and also if I make these people work extra shifts, they'll probably kill me. This is empty too. This is like off. So it's using 0%. What can I feel like I have to like reduce some of the food usage, but like that seems so bad. That gives me 292 people to work with. And I don't... I need 400 for a coal sawmill. I wish those 80 people hadn't died. I'm sure those 80 people also wish they hadn't died, so I don't know where this leaves us, but I'm just throwing it out there, okay? Like, I wish that hadn't happened. Oh my goodness. Okay, this, can I make this hospital uses like workforce? Can I lower this somehow? Will that give me workforce? Oh, it does. It's kind of weird because like it's tied to the housing district. Wait, can I like, does this other housing district take workforce too? It does, but that's a research one. I can power that. Oh, I can power the hospital down. Probably get that workforce back. I don't know, why do housing districts require like workers? I don't, even when there's like nothing happening there. Except for like maintenance and stuff, I guess. Alright, let's do this for now. I feel like I should really just shut this hospital off. Oh, that gives me like a lot of people back. I don't like they did have like no hospitals though. And then I guess we'll put another dust coal mine here. Actually, what I'm thinking, we could just expand this one, right? I don't think any of this is frost broken. How much is this producing? 120. 270. I feel like if I put another coal mine on this, does that up the production like the single district? Sorry, I'm like debating, thinking this through internally. It's probably not very exciting, but alright, I'm just gonna bite the bullet, I guess. It feels like it'd be better to fix this problem anyway and then optimize it afterwards than to like let the people keep freezing in the wilderness. So we'll just throw that on there and then we'll go from there, I guess. Build the logistics district on the old way station. Create a permanent source of fuel outside the city. Oh, I see. I think I have the resources for a logistics district.
Please be patient with our teaching hospital residents. Miss.
I can't believe the council like still in recess. I feel like they didn't vote me off the island, but like I feel like they can't help but feel like they're like disappointed in me, you know? I'm accepted. Wow. I'm guessing they like I hope I passed the vote, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Why is this extraction district offline? Oh, is it because it's like short on people? Is that why we're missing materials? There's gonna be so much marginally increased disease in here. We're so screwed. I feel like our disease balancing act is not working out that great. It's saved. That's it. We should be like making coal. We are. Okay, we have a heat surplus. I feel like this would be like where the calm during the storm would be. And everyone would be like, okay, everything's gonna be smooth sailing from here, you know, don't worry about it, guys. Everything's gonna look up. But I feel like those 80 people still died, and I'm kind of screwed because I kind of needed some of them. That's it. There's like 119 extra coal here. I feel like I could turn this down. And, okay. I feel like that's gonna be a bad idea because I feel like the moment I turn that back like up, the moment I build one more building, we're gonna be like. Everything's gonna be extremely upset, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, do any more heat, sir?" And I'm gonna be like, "Well, shit." All right, logistics district. What can this do? He said it can share with extraction districts or something like that. Does they share heat? Something to that effect. Why can't I build anything anyway? Am I dumb? What is this? Okay. I'm so lost. Why can't I like why can't I build this anywhere? Oh, it has to be by the like the old way station thing, right? That's what it said. Exposed to the wind. That doesn't sound very good. I think it has to go here. It's like another one of these, but it's like way over here somewhere. And there's one more that's like way over here. Which of these is easiest to like frost break to? Probably the one in the bottom right. Shallow iron vein. Alright, I guess we get going. I mean, frost breakaway. I'm hoping this goods scarcity. I should probably be researching something in the meantime. We don't have like heat stamps for anything. We're so poor. I feel like we're wasting valuable time we could be researching because we can't afford research. What is with everything in this game increasing disease? I feel like. What am I supposed to do about this too? hospitals. I feel like we already, can I just make like every hospital known to man? Oh, the research fees increase from the hospital? That's kind of OP. Will regularly cure a significant number of sick absentees. I don't know what to do here, to be honest. Just let it ride, I guess. Also, I have like energy drink somewhere. I feel like I'm yawning. Time to put substances into my... That sounds bad. I'm gonna drink yerba mate. Okay. I think the only thing to do is like watch this painfully slow frost breaking happen in like real time. The council is in session. They must have voted to like not kick me out. Guard enforcers. Guard voting. The steward may declare a motion vitally important to the city's survival, curtailing debate and convincing many wavering delegates to support it. Unlocks the guided voting procedure, which greatly increases the odds of passing a law in the council. That sounds morally questionable. Guard enforcers. The steward may deploy squads of well-trained, well-equipped guards to put down disruptions and otherwise keep the peace. I mean, I don't hate it. I feel like I should. Okay, childhood, no common rules. There are no rules to define who's responsible for care and education of children. Some are well cared for, but others are neglected. That doesn't sound very good. Maybe less unformed idea. Sounds bad. No necessities, no common rules. We have no agreed upon way to handle. Okay, so I feel like I want to do this one, right? Family apprenticeship. All children must work alongside their relatives so they learn their trade and continue the family tradition. That sounds not great. 70 are hesitant. I don't blame them. Mandatory school. I mean, I'm kind of like all for this. To guarantee that all children of the schools and knowledge needed in the city will establish a mandatory school program supported by the city. You know, research speed slightly increased. Heat stamps income per capita slightly decreased. Okay, I guess because like the taxes, the heat stamps go to pay for the school type of thing. Let's see, citizenship, community service, no comments. Voluntary and focused communal effort does not yield any significant gain for the city. Expedition support. Everyone must aid expeditions by helping them prepare for their journeys. A city development effort. Everyone must support the production of prefabs to help expand the city. This is like a bunch of people wanted this. Main districts produce a small amount of prefabs. What's the downside to this? Everyone must inspect the heat pipes in their places of residence, spotting and fixing minor heat leakages around the city. That sounds pretty good. Like, heat demand is decreased. Service exemptions. I feel like I'm gonna pass one of these, and then people are gonna like. Basic necessities such as food rations are customarily provided without compensation, but practices can differ from place to place. Trust rises. Free essentials. Based on availability, oh my god, I can't read. Based on availability, the city will ensure that all citizens are provided with what they need to survive for free, including basic rations and clothing. Trust rises. I mean, that sounds good. This is like a utopian ideal, in my opinion. Like, to foster responsibility and reward work, citizens will be charged a small fee in exchange for essentials such as basic rations and clothing. This produces more money and also gives you production efficiency. I feel like this game is like a simulator more than like, I feel like I'm playing like Sim City, but with way more interesting laws you can pass that affect your people. Food additives. Natural forage ingredients may be used in food. It may train people to forage these in the frostland. Citizens will provide some food during calm winter. Chemical additives. I'm in favor of this if you mean like everybody gets Mountain Dew in their cereal. Like, every bowl of cereal comes with a free can of Mountain Dew. I'm just like, all right, perfect. Shit, we're probably gonna need this harvest. I'm so in favor of like harvesting the dead, but people really do not like this typically. 70 resident, 30 or 4, 18 or 4. I feel like the problem here is what is it with this 70 middle ground that's like hesitant for everything? Propose this law is the next to be voted on. Oh man, I really do like the idea of like more workers, but it feels like we'd build like a really bad society if we did that. It's a very short-sighted decision, that's what I'm trying to say. Supported quarantine. Contagious people will be placed in quarantine and cared for by the city. Infectious badge. Required to wear specific. This sounds absolutely terrible. Isn't there like one of these we can research though? There was like a... Where's it? Society. Youth. Yeah, liberated youth. Young adults are encouraged to experiment free from boundaries. This makes me think like this has bolsters the city's workforce, but decreases the heat stamp's income. Oh, okay, because that's because like we're paying the youth for like for their hard work. Sorry. This makes me think why do only 12 people support this though? There's more treatment, more youth, tradition. The world has changed. Maintenance duty, housing block, work compensation, efficiency bonuses. Hold on a second. To encourage competition, the city will allocate special bonuses to people who work the most efficiently. I feel like it's like a meritocracy. People are like usually all about that. Harvesting hangers. Aerodrome from which harvesters are dispatched to the frost land to make sure every last bit of food is extracted and brought for sorting in dedicated grading rooms. That sounds amazing, to be honest. I feel like almost everybody. Cleaning harvesting hanger. Hold left all for the resource drawer. Oh, okay, so you can see like how much stuff you actually have to spend. I mean, I kind of wanted this, but now it seems like a bit of a moot point because we already have enough coal. I guess until that coal district runs out, and then I don't know what happens then. I'm assuming it's probably we probably have a bad time when that happens. Now that I think about it, but geothermal plants requires access to steam, and we don't have access to steam. I don't even remember where steam is at. Logistics bay. I feel like I'm so like lost in analysis paralysis right now. I'm tempted to just take this, but I feel like this would like I'm torn because I'm like, okay, this is like heat demand is decreased, production efficiency slightly decreased. Disease is also slightly decreased, which is like we'd have like this like we're slowly running rampant on like the amount of disease that we're like stacking up. I feel like this will save us like so much heat in like the long run, which makes me think that like maybe, just maybe, I'm gonna research this idea. I feel like I'm gonna hope that it's not gonna screw us over. But I also want to pass like a law. I really want like the, I want that youth law because it's like. I guess this is childhood, which makes you think, okay, so maybe childhood isn't the same as youth. I'm gonna hope that's the case. And I'm gonna propose that people send their children to school. Even though I really would like active workers. I'm really debating this actually. This feels like the right thing to do, that's better for our society, but this feels like we could have workers now, I mean... I'm gonna propose that people do this. People are divided. I'm accepted. Guided voting is off because we don't have the guided voting charter. I don't know if this was the first thing we should have voted on, so there's also that, but I guess we're making choices out here on how the people live their lives, so. Oh man, I really do need like workers though. It's too late. We've already made the choice, you know? I need to frost break more soil and I can't afford it because I have no heat stamps. I need like, we're making 14 of these a week. I need more. I guess that's where like, okay, so that's what we need goods for, right? We need like, we need to make it goods. We also need to explore Frostland. 6 register is sick. I'm assuming it's like for the week type of thing. Not like the week is in like the sleep is for the week. The week is in like the time period of the week. I feel like I don't even get to pick how they vote, right? So it's like it's really up to them. Wait. What happened? What happened to the law? What happened to the law that I propose you vote on? What the heck? What does the vote do? Does it make people vote like right now? 51 required. People are for. 30 or 4. Oh, people voted for it. Wow. That's amazing. They did it. Wow. You're going to school. I'm so happy. I won't let them do your head in with that rubbish, kid. I feel like this is so I feel about like I want to believe that like the world is smart in general and that like people are intelligent and they do good things and they want to do good things and they want to see good in the world. And I do really feel like there's like a population of like America. I feel like the number of people in America is like way higher than I want to believe, of like these people who are just like, you're not going to that school to learn that crazy science, you shut up. Fine. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, thought this was like the future. Like, why is this happening? Like, and so like, I don't know. I have to like, because I previously I would have thought like a good, like, I'm like, oh, this guy, like 100% of America would want their like kids to go to school and like learn how to be better people for society, and like even like nothing else, like it. Sorry to get all political about this, but I feel like if nothing else, it's like in America's best interest to have super smart people in America, right? So like, you want your kids to go to school so they get like super smart, so they put their smart ideas back into America, and then America becomes more good to become like, even if you don't care about it on like a fucking world scale, which is like ideally, I feel like you want people to be smart because everybody in the world is smart. There's less stupid people doing stupid things in the world, but that's like, okay, so even if you can't have like the vision to like see that, right? Like you'd think somewhere like you'd at least want like, okay, well, we gotta get the smart people in America then, at least, because then America would be smarter than the rest of the world, and then America will be great. But it's like people don't have the foresight for that. They're just like, you're not gonna learn any of that science crap. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? And that's, anyway, that's my it's everything that's wrong with society today, at least a big part of it, in my opinion, you know. I feel like, yeah, it's like every time I read like the news and it's like, fucking Wendy's or something, it's like, there's been 180,000 cases of like child labor. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, in what year? Like, I think it was Wendy's. If it's not Wendy's, I should say allegedly. I think allegedly Wendy's had like this, I'm looking this up right now. Supply chain practices, human rights, and there's when Ellen finds Wendy's franchise over, what was that, $300,000 for child labor violations at 21 restaurants in Southeast Pennsylvania. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, I don't know. I don't, maybe I live in like a sheltered part of society where I'm just like, I'm not aware of like the real world and how things are in like the real world, but I'm also just like, I feel like I thought society was like better than this, and sometimes I expect better things from society thinking that it's better than that, and then I'm slowly like painfully disappointed when I realize like exactly, it's like, what do you mean? I'm like, why are these people not at school? Why are they at Wendy's? Like, well, what is happening? Like, I don't understand what's going on, Wendy's. Like, what's up? Wendy's in Pennsylvania, what are you doing? That's my spiel on like, I feel like everyone should go to school and get an education, and they should get as educated as they can be, because the more educated people there are in the world, the more educated people can do good for the world or something. On the bright side, tension's absent. And, do I have to build like a school or something for like all the people that I just said would go to school? They just magically, they just make school. Someone's home is now the school. We don't have to build a school building. I feel like I want to fast forward, but I don't. All right, we're doing it. We're gonna do 2x the speed. We'll slowly ease our way into it, you know. I want to watch this build. I want to... Infectious agents, the first crack. Steward, during a routine medical examination performed by stalwarts, a small group of Frostlanders refused to be assessed. These checkups are relics of years past. When a cough could endanger the city, that's gone now. We've adapted, one said. No point continuing this evasion of privacy. Stalwarts maintained that regular physicals help ensure the safety of our workers. It's vital we monitor our citizens' health. One foreman pushed back. We had epidemics in the past. We mustn't allow another one. As a former child, you also engaged in illegal work. Did you actually? Were you actually like... Were you like in the lawn mowing business or something like that? I think there was like one guy in a... I remember when I painted houses, one of our coworkers was like super young. But I think he was like just old enough to work in North Dakota. And that's why he worked with us. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm not just selectively remembering this based on like realizing that I'm now in the future part of the problem and not part of the solution. Electrician work? What? Wait, as a child though, or like? I feel like you're an electrician as a child? That sounds very dangerous, in my opinion. I feel like I should allow medical or mandatory checkups for people. You lied about your age to the guy employing you. I feel like that's... I don't know, where does that like stand morally, I guess? Like if all those people who worked at Wendy's lied about their age when they applied to work at Wendy's, is that on Wendy's or is that on like the people trying to work at Wendy's? The subgroup of Frostlanders will oppose the decision in relation with New Londoners and Stalwarts will improve. The Frostlanders will support this decision, but everybody else will be mad. Or I could do nothing and relations will slightly worsen without communities. I think we go with the one that makes two people happy and one person unhappy. Your dad was trying to help you learn the trade. That's fair. In a sense, I suppose. That's like one of the law things was like apprenticeships. It was like child apprenticeships, I think. So it's kind of like that deal, right? Where it's like, in the game, it'd be like, you gotta, like, your father's a shoemaker. You go work with him to learn how to make the shoes and carry on the family lineage of making the shoes. And I guess, like, that worked for like a really long time in America, I guess. But kind of like here in the future, I'm like, we don't have to make shoes because our father made shoes. You know, we can, like, be other things. It doesn't make me think, like, how did that work if, like, people didn't want to, like, follow their parents' footsteps, though, like in previous society? You just, like, make friends with the neighbor, and he's, like, a butcher, and you're like, I want to do that instead. I don't want to make shoes. Like...
Children caught idling during school hours.
Oh, he said during school hours. What was he gonna say? He didn't finish. No, I'll never know. Are they gonna, like, get in trouble for playing hooky? Factions. Some citizens united by passion and strong beliefs will organize and form groups known as factions. Factions are a group of citizens united by common and clearly defined ideology and will actively seek to implement it in all aspects of the city. Factions originate from communities and share some of their beliefs, however they have opinions about the city's direction in all three fields, whereas communities focus only on one aspect. Factions are more radicalized and better organized, which can be advantageous in certain situations. If your relations are positive, you can ask them to perform a special action. On the other hand, if they disagree with your rule, their opposition can be more fierce. That doesn't sound good. Factions will propose extremely radical ideas to be implemented in the city. They will also engage in disruptions such as rallies or protests. To be sure to inspect and familiarize yourself with factions that appear in your city by clicking on their portrait at the bottom of the screen. Fervor measures how many radicals are active within a faction. These radicals increase tension. High fervor can also lead to violence, even civil war. That'd be crazy. Can you imagine like Frostpunk civil war? You think in some societies you probably couldn't get out of the family pressure? That's probably true actually, because I think like, it's probably bad that my brain goes here, but I think about like a lot of like East Asian societies and like what they want from their kids, and I feel like you cannot just tell your parents like, there's more like dedication to like the family in that regard, where I feel like you can't just tell your parents like, no, I'm gonna go play Counter-Strike, be a pro Counter-Strike player, and they're like, the fuck you are? Like, well, I guess a lot of like, the Middle East is like that too. I think a lot of like, they're like, here's what you're gonna do, and if you like try to like, I feel like for like a long, like way later into like their life than like you think would be like a thing, I feel like a lot of like the family kind of still has like control over like who you're supposed to be as a person and like what you're gonna do. Don't quote me on that, because I don't have like first-hand experience, but I do remember reading and like watching like several YouTube videos on like certain like situations, and I guess one of them is like a crime case where it was like there was like an honor killing in like the UK, and like the parents were like extremely driven by like their ancestors back in like the Middle East. I don't mean like ancestors, I mean like the relatives, like their living relatives had like way more control over these adult parents' lives than like you think they should have, like way more control and influence. And I guess it's like, but then if you look at that from like their lens, they're like, those Westerners are crazy, just letting their people do whatever they want, they're insane. So it's like, I don't know, it's like, you know, like people live in different ways, I guess, and it's hard not to like, I don't want to put everybody's, like I don't want to look at everybody's society with like only my lens, but I also don't know how we reconcile these differences and how people choose to live their lives. So it's a bit different sometimes. Fervor measures how many radicals are active within a faction. These radicals increase tension. High fervor can also lead to violence and even civil war. Fervor increases when a faction opposes your decisions and actions. To decrease fervor, you need to maintain very good relations with the faction for a long enough time. Use de-radicalize faction action with a community from which the faction origins. Or use a special ability in a prison building. I see. To keep control of the city in your hands, you need to understand the desires of factions in your city, access their fervor at all times, and proactively try to keep them in check unless you wish for them to rule your city. It reminds me of like the paradox of the intolerant, where it's like if you tolerate everybody, the least tolerant group will end up rising to the top because they will be the ones that don't tolerate anybody else, and you'll be tolerating them and tolerating their intolerance. City direction, Zeitgeist. I know how to pronounce this. You can monitor the zeitgeist of your city in the bottom left corner of the screen. Zeitgeist means a spirit of time and describes the direction of your city on 3 axes: technology, economy, and society. The laws you pass, buildings you build, and choices you make, they all impact the Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist. How would a German person pronounce this word? At the same time, your communities have a natural tendency to favor some solutions over others. Your relations with them will change based on how their views are aligned with the current Zeitgeist. The more you develop the city in the direction they support, the more positively it affects your relations. To see what a given community or faction supports, click the image on the bottom of the screen and hover over the icons of their name. Okay, well, so that's enough reading for now. These people, are they mad? Make a promise. Pick one of the 3 options. Promise something that furthers the Frostlanders' worldview. I mean, I do like a lot of these people's worldview. I just didn't like the whole, like, we're not going to get medical checkups, you know? Promise to research heat recycling. Promise to pass weather adjusted shifts. Actually, I'm passing this right now, aren't I? I'm going to promise to pass this. Oh, I guess I'm researching it. I'm probably not promising to pass it. That makes me think like, well, just already researched. Oh yeah, let's just pass that then. Let's just pass the law, bro. I wanted to do it anyway. Zeitgeist? I would not have, oh, I guess because like, wait, for like in the actual like German accent? Is it, they pronounce it like with the S instead of the Z? Kind of surprising. Maybe not that surprising, but like 5 people cured in hospital. Yes, I knew that hospital would come in handy. We can now survey the frozen lands around New London and find a source of fuel to ensure its future. There's like an ASMR artist who's like ASMR. It's like, you know, he pronounces his name Zeitgeist, but I don't know if like that's because he's also not German or like. There are rumors of wise women in these hills who tell stories of the old world. Years ago, some young women complained the infirmary could not treat their ailments. They sought out these hills and never returned. Striking rumors they'd become wise women themselves. Or they just died. I mean, I feel like there's literally snow everywhere. Like, threat level dangerous. Many scouts will be injured. Maybe let's not go there. Although, I mean, it feels like that might be the most likely place to, makeshift shelters. Overpopulation and dwindling fuel reserve forced many residents of New London to take refuge in these temporary shelters built around a small hot spring. Its inhabitants wait for conditions to improve enough for them to return home. Can we just take these people back in? Oh my god, that's like 2,665 New Londoners. Like, Zeitgeist? I'd believe that. That sounds reasonable. I feel like we should just take these people in. Frozen Bay. Possible findings. People. Over 30 years ago, the Imperial Exploration Company landed here to build the region's generators. A few hastily dismantled piers still stick out of the ice, a faded reminder of their short-lived purpose. I was going to read this as pliers, and, yeah. Did you know the same, I guess, like, the same pliers, I think, like, the same pliers that, like, grips stuff is the same, like, pliers that's pronounced plie, like ballet or something like that. And I was like, that's so weird. But then I was like, it's not that weird when you think about it, because English is kind of fucked up. And like the same gyro, or the same euro, and like the lamb euro is the same gyro that's used in the word gyrocopter, and also the same gyro that's used in the word gyroscope, because it's from the Greek like euro, which means to spin. Which is why there's also Eurocopter and Gyrocopter and Gyroscope. And I don't know why there's not like a Euroscope, which sounds more like it's used for like an endoscopy, but it just makes me think like, you know, cores, Frostland dwellers, safe. These windswept foothills used to be thoroughly explored, but whiteouts have erased the paths and safe houses we constructed. The area had an old coal mine though. Maybe there's leftover coal here still. This feels like the place we're supposed to go. I mean, it's got like a coal mine, but this also has like a fire, right? Which makes me think like, well, these both have fire. I'm assuming this is where we're supposed to go, because this is like old coal mine, right? And it's like, that sounds like a permanent source of income. Why does this look like a snake down here in the corner? You can't see it because I'm in the way. My table's in the way too, which makes it even worse. But like, it says trail construction. Frostland teams, he stands for route segment, prefab per route segment. Basic quality trade routes allow shipping 250 units of any resource. I'm assuming we'll probably have to make that soon. I'm going to invite these new Londoners back into our city. And then I'm going to explore the one that feels like it's not, like, that feels like you're not supposed to do it. And I don't know why, because my brain feels like I always have to be different. And I'm like, what if I find the rarest item in the game here at this one place they never expected me to look?
Logistic district operational.
Council in recess. 0 weeks, 0 days.
We'll be launching shortly.
Delegates in session. Vote on weather-adjusted ships. The people are divided. There's 41 of these people are against. Why? Is it because the efficiency slightly decreased? I feel like, well, there's no way. You can't tell me real people are against this. Like, if you told everybody in society right now that they could work less, I bet actually some people would be pretty pissed. They'd be like, no, my iPhone support's not going to be available 24/7. Steve Jobs won't give me my packages. That's not Steve Jobs, sorry. Jeff Bezos won't get my packages to my house in 4 hours because people won't be able to piss in their piss bottles. Like, how many do we need to get this to pass? 43 for 16 are hesitant. I feel like that's not a large margin, but there's already more people that are for it than against it. So take a vote. 51 are required, and we had, oh no. Ooh, it passed by 1. We're nice. We've done it. The Frostlanders' relations improves, and hopefully nobody wants to die. Frostlanders are delighted you've kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you as a leader with integrity. I see. I don't hate these people. I feel like a lot of their like.
Attention, citizens. A new law is in effect.
We'll let Frostlanders choose the next law to be voted on the council. That sounds dangerous. A little cold. Suddenly no one can work. Hey, look, man. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I should probably expand this district. Oh no, we need more houses. Oh my god, we have so many workers though. There's so many people that can work in this city. I'm so excited. We probably should put some housing down though. This is nice and sheltered. Let's put this in here. I don't like that the map is like. I like the old game because it was more 2D. But also don't take the 3D away because then I'll be sad. Yeah, we can fit like some nice housing in there. Look at that. Look at those people living there in the housing. My eyeball is itchy. I apologize. It's gonna look super weird, I'm sure of it. Okay. I don't want to build anything here because it's like exposed to the wind. Which is like seems not great. Okay, I guess I'm gonna put the housing in there. I don't know if that's bad because it's separated by like these polluted districts. There's also room in there for like more housing too. Or I could put it here, or I could put it here. People could build their houses in there. feel like it would be such a pain in the ass to like live out here though. Cause you're gonna walk like all the way back to the city. Like what? What the fuck? Like, it just seems like a terrible place to live when you gotta like walk through all this in the snow. Okay, we need more material goods. Oh shit, we need like food and stuff too. Okay, turn this back. Oh no, not that way. Turn it that way. Oh no, we're still short on food. We're short on food and housing and now materials. Okay, that's fine. That'll work. Oh my god, this looks like 1K people. That's insane. Oh, I mean, I guess like you can stockpile stuff in this game, which I guess is maybe what you're supposed to do in case like a storm comes or something like that, and then like people can't work, right? They got like stockpile goods, but it makes me think like, why wouldn't I just like not? Sorry, my brain just like shut off entirely. Why don't you just keep like if you're always producing what you're using, then it's like a zero, what is it called, like a zero sum budget or something like that, like where you're like every dollar must be accounted for in the budget type of thing. Like it's like no dollar can be saved without a purpose because we must make all the dollars work for us type of thing, you know? This is an empty building slot. Is there something I can research that will give us food? Hot houses. Industrial size hot houses where organic waste ferments in large vats, fertilizing and revolving shelves of crops. I feel like the diseases increase because it's like literal manure. Chemical hot houses, industrial size hot houses where chemical nutrients are injected into tubs of crops with accelerate their growth. Squalors increase. This one's dirty. This one's also dirty. This one's like just put all the poop on the crops, and then well, hey, that's like, I feel like it's kind of working, you know, like it's not the best for sure, but like what is this? Aerodome from which the harvesters are dispatched to the frost land to make sure every last bit of food is extracted and brought for sorting in dedicated grading rooms. That would up harvesting efficiency. Percentage change to food output from Frostland harvesting sites. I feel like that's like, I kind of like that. But I don't know what this like work requirement does. Do I have to build something for this, or like, I feel like I'd rather just have the hot house, I feel like. I can also vote that the youth. I want the youth to be free. Be free. Youth, be free. A fighting hub, a rail hub, a maintenance hub, an air transport hub. I feel like we really are in the future here, even though it's like 1916 and like the time scale of the actual game. This is Frost Land though, which makes me think like, I don't know if this affects us directly. I'm gonna go for the, I hate that disease is like always increasing. We don't have enough hospitals for this. Although actually, now that I think about it, we probably could expand the other housing district and just put another hospital in there. It's gonna be very expensive though, like worker wise, to keep that going. Like even this one could have like, we could put another research building here actually. Fuck, we need heat stamps. Why do I insist on like defaulting to saying swear words? Do the people accept me here? These are my people. Why is this turned it down? Actually, we kind of need to turn this up. For heat purposes, oh no. Cold season, heat demand. Oh no, we're screwed. We're doomed. Minus 175, bro. Like, minus 134. I can't deal with this. This is like, we're cooked. We're done. We're doomed. I should have paid attention. Oh, it's gonna get warmer, but then it's gonna get colder again. So like, this is an unfinished state. Oh, more people live among us.
Stuart.
Amogus. Steward, a new council has arrived. Oh my god, I can't read it all today. This was a bad day to stream a game that required me to read. You must cull the weak. The purge is now in session. Like, only the strong among you may live, and then the resources will be shared. Steward, a new count has revealed significant growth in our population in recent weeks. Some attribute to the rise to an influx of settlers from the Frostland, others to births outnumbering deaths. Whatever the cause, we've adjusted our calculations of the city's needs to reflect the new numbers. I see. More people live in the city, which means we need more food, which means we need more goods, which means we need more houses, which means I'm basically screwed. I'd probably start breaking more soil, I guess. I guess we're gonna like live over here. Reminds me of Gurren Lagann. The people from like the underground mole people. I feel like we're gonna want to break like ground over here. I'm honestly tempted to just like, I put like that as like overlap, but it's like, what value does that give us? What if I just, oh, I guess we actually kind of need it because we need enough space around the tiles to build the food districts. What's that? Fertile soil. Deep fertile soil, 100 million. What is this? What are these? That's only 84K. That's 100 million. Why don't we just go there? Send people to the surface, defend for themselves, to protect everyone else. Oh, I do remember. Wait, I feel like I remember this. That sounds terrible, though. This was like a children's anime, right? Like, what's going on? Alright, I'm sorry that the people who like just arrived are probably gonna have to, like, oh no, we don't have money to frost break. I shouldn't have taken on those people because we're like so behind on resources. I really need like another coal extraction district as well. Wait, did I ever get that coal research building? I didn't. Damn it. I'm thinking like we should have done that charcoal, the thing that turns the wood into the coal, because that would be really good to have right now. Or I guess what I could also do is just expand both of these if we get the money. Granted, we're not making a lot of income a week because mandatory school is like minus a lot of points. And we also probably need industrial districts to process materials into stuff. Heat stamps, stalwarts in this action. Stalwart, we're struggling with heat stamps. Group of stalwarts has, oh, steward, we're struggling with heat stamps. A group of stalwarts have come forward with an idea of how to solve it. We should pass a mass-produced goods. Let us pursue it, and the city will benefit. The stalwarts look with distrust at what other communities propose. They would surely appreciate you getting behind their idea. The stalwarts want to pass mass-produced goods to solve problems with heat stamps. If they have a way to solve heat stamps that warrants our attention, promise stalwarts will pass mass-produced goods within 60 weeks. I feel like I don't want to promise them anything. Can I like research this idea first? Oh no, I've already promised. Oh, fuck. Like, there is one of these that's like the districts just like make stuff from like their homes, I think. And that's kind of the one I wanted to go for. But now I've promised these people that I'll do this, and I feel like, well, hope that doesn't bite us in the ass. Okay, how's disease doing? It's probably bad because it's cold. It's very, very cold. That said, like, housing is in a pretty decent place. We need... There should be, like, I guess this is all materials. Plus 10 prefabs a week. I feel like I don't need this. Can produce other resources with additional structure. Oh wait, prefabs or goods. Hold on a minute. I do need this. Alright, yep. Here we go. The first of its kind. What are these people doing out here? Must really be exploring. Alright, well, good luck. Quick, can I send? Requires 10 Frostland teams. How many teams do I have? 5. Okay, if I had another district, I could actually, like, send more teams to more places faster, which I think I used to actually do in, like, the other game as well. I feel like I'm so unoptimal right now. Suboptimal, even. If we're losing food, how much stuff do we have stored? Suspending will last for 71 weeks. That's pretty decent, actually. We managed to stockpile, like, a pretty decent amount.
Please ensure all personal timepieces are aligned.
I forgot we had to build more homes. Daring to Dream, Ruby King 27, Apothecary. For years, suggesting anything other... Oh god, I can't read again. For years, suggesting anything against this captain meant close scrutiny from stalwarts. But despite the bullshit blooming from their bloody speakers, we managed to find our own way, kept to our principles, stayed frugal, put families first, watched out for our neighbors, continued our traditions. Now we have a council. Maybe it's time for us to stop daydreaming and make change. He just said dreaming. He didn't say daydreaming. I put that in there for some reason. My brain thought daydreaming instead of dreaming. The council has inspired people to suggest new ideas about the city's future. Nice. Oh no, a new voice. Pilgrims. 524 Frostlanders have arrived, have organized in a faction. These pilgrims form a resilient, spirited community held together by the bonds of tradition. They dislike teaching, hospital, and mandatory school. Hey, listen, buddy. Like, adaptation. The generator's monument to arrogance. We must cast it off. Adapt and become free. That's like, this is, yo, like, I mean, like, this, the generator's kind of keeping you alive right now. You might want to, like, check your role. Equality. Individuals who give to the whole all they can and take from it only what they need. I kind of like that one. I feel like it really aligns with, like, Buddhism, you know? So I'm taking a water break. Tradition. We must tread well-worn paths or risk plunging into the abyss. Unlock. Deploy guides, community action, experienced pilgrims with deep knowledge of the frost will guide scout teams. Graduation perks, scout volunteers, provides Frostland teams. Community service, contagion prevention, childhood, family apprenticeship. I see. Don't make up 4% of the city. I feel like I cannot possibly, I cannot make all these people happy. There's no way. Like, I gotta pass a law. I know the council's in recess. When does it split into, like, 5? If it's like, if there becomes more people here. What do these people want? Community service. Expedition support. That's not so bad, I feel like. What does this faction want? Progress. The generator and our technical ingenuity allowed us to power through and will enable us to thrive. Merit. We persevere because we ensure the best of us are given the tools and rewards to lead us into the future. Reason, efficiency, and society is paramount. If the social order needs to change to support it, it will. Extra prefabs assembly. Contagion prevention, infectious badge. I feel like I don't like this. Harvesting funerals, I'm kind of in favor of. Community service, city development effort. New Londoners, they just want city development effort. These people kind of align in some cases. This one just wants expedition support. And then these people are, like, I'm gonna be honest, my first impression is that they're crazy, but, like, I don't want to be too harsh, you know. I mean, everybody's finding their own way in life, right? Hopefully it's hot soon, and then we have enough. Do we have any coal stockpile at all? Is there even, like, a thing? Oh, God, 0. I feel like I should have kept the coal production kind of ramped up for at least a tiny bit. Well, at least we should have built a backlog. Alright, go to the fast game speed. What do we have going on here? Bio-waste hothouse. New building proposed by Frostlanders. I kind of want one of these, like, immediately. It's expensive, though. And this is still building. Oh, we still need people. We still need to give people homes. We can't afford it. We need 200 prefabs. Fuck. No. Oh God. Okay. I guess the one thing will make prefabs, I suppose, but like these people are gonna be without homes for like a long time. Okay, this district is made. Okay, so we can make prefabs, which is like 9 a week. This is honestly terrible. Or we can make 22 of these a week, which I feel like is not as good as like getting everybody a house. Also, this takes material, which we're like short on. Which means I should probably fire this thing back up. What? Why is it taking more? So what do you produce? This takes materials, makes prefabs. This is terrible. Why did we need? Oh my god, we need something that makes materials. This is coal. This is also coal. Heat stamp income is reduced. I want this so bad, but it's gonna also reduce heat stamp income, which is not great. Factories. That sounds goated. Large factories using discarded prefabs and goods, no matter how soiled, to manufacture new ones with minimal resources. I mean, this sounds decent. I feel like it's between squalor and disease. The problem is, like, I feel like it's actually probably easier to fight squalor because you can make filtration towers, right? And I feel like maybe I'm like screwing myself over by trying to maximize. I feel like everything I do increases disease. I'm thinking like, and it also takes more workers. So it's like it takes workers and increases disease. This one takes a lot of heat though. Keep yawning, I apologize. Mechanical factory, salvaging factory. Oh, see, one of these requires like a lot of materials though. I like the salvaging factory because it's like less, it costs less and makes more. But like, also, this sounds amazing. It feels like there's no drawback to this. I feel like I want to research this immediately, but then it's like, do I have like a heating problem right now, really, at the end of the day? Because the other thing I wanted was the charcoal plants. We need money for this. And the other issue is like I need money to expand housing districts. I want to expand this. The issue again being that doesn't give me more houses. It just gives me another slot, I guess. Oh no, we're actually low. We're lower on prefabs than we were. I guess we have a bunch of these in storage, so I think I'm gonna go and like I'm gonna up prefab production, I guess. We're so screwed. My brain's already struggling to like manage this. But I thought we could also expand one of these. Once we get enough heat stamps, and then we'll just put 2... What's like a dust coal factory? I don't even remember what this is. Some kind of coal extractor. One of these is like a sawmill on it though. What is this sawmill even doing? What do you do, sawmill? You output 153 materials, which is kind of crazy because we're still losing like a ton of materials. We could also just expand this and then get more materials there. I feel like that's going to cost more heat though. I don't know what this plus 20 heat means. I'm hoping that's like a good thing and not like a bad thing. I feel like. Okay. Just expand. Did I expand? I don't even remember what I expanded. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was the housing district over here, right? Yeah, it's a building slot. Should I put another research facility on there? This sounds like such a bad idea. Especially like we need... I mean, we kind of have food. We have this. We need heat immediately, which is probably what I should focus on. And then we also need goods because we have like none of those stockpiled. So our 2 primary objectives should be... we do actually have more homes now. If I expand this again, like, do we have even more homes? I can't. I can't expand it again. We're too poor to expand. We're too poor to give people houses. I would like to expand this one. How much did we get the first time we expanded? It went from like, I hope that's 9 because we like expanded the district and not 9 from 14 because more people are dead. And there's like their bodies are out there in the snow somewhere. Oh no, I didn't. Community Frostliners are eking out a pitiful living off moss and small fish. With no furnace, they survive by sleeping shoulder to shoulder under thick layers of fur. They would undoubtedly prefer to live in New London. I mean, you know what? Why not? Just bring them in. Bring them in. I feel like the more people we have, the more labor we have, the more like I'll just set up like industries everywhere. It'll be fine. Researchers will be sent to New London. Wait, harvest? Like the people? Harvest the people? Now that Frostlanders have departed, we can use their village to provide fish for New London. An outpost here can increase our supply by 100 food until its deposit of 80,000 food is depleted. I mean... I like that idea, but we'll hold on. We'll see back. In a cavern near the bay, we found a disturbing sight. Bodies and sturdy Frostland gear neatly laid side by side and left to freeze with black oil markings over their closed eyes. A ghastly burial ritual? A map we found suggests they were heading to an old machine somewhere in the desolate coast. A machine that would require a source of fuel we should investigate. I mean, I guess go investigate, like... Is that like, is that it? Can we not launch an expedition here? Are they already launching an expedition here? Why can't we go there? I don't understand. What is happening? Okay. Need more money. Why did I expand this? What was the purpose? To put another sawmill on this? This doesn't make any sense. I feel like. I don't know if this was the play. Like I thought we have like 430 workforce, right? There's a lot of buildings here. Materials. There's Also, like, food. Oh, I should actually set up a food thing on that other place. I lied. We can't, because we need 45 more prefabs. We really need prefabs, like, badly, which makes you think I should just set up an extraction district on these prefabs. There's only like 400 here, which is not a lot, which makes me think, like, is that even like a good investment of my time? What I should probably do is just get more industrial districts going, I guess. And I need 170 more workforce, which is insane to me because there's like 430 people that are not like doing anything in particular right now at the moment.
The pilgrims offer their services and guide to all travelers.
I feel like I need everything. I need money, and I need like food, and we need material, and we need goods, and we need housing for people so that they don't freeze to death, and also there's an event here. Nell Sinkfield, 38, housewife. Worried about her son, looking for a culprit. Little Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as the generator. It's them Turners. I know it's them. They got that new flu, and here they are, strolling about the neighborhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people. That's what they're doing. Oh, please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's got to get through to that. The lack of a law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to rise throughout the city. I feel like it wouldn't be rising if we just didn't have what is it, durable goods, mass-produced goods. Organize our production lines to increase goods production. Percentage change to good output from district buildings. I feel like, how's this bad? What is like the downside to this? It just says goods production efficiencies increased. Like, do I just vote? One of these times this isn't gonna pass. And I'm gonna be really sad, and then it's gonna have to like go like like the law's not gonna pass. I'm gonna be really like wait. I feel like why would you not pass this? Like, I don't understand. I feel like there's no drawback. It's just like you get more stuff. Like, who wouldn't want more stuff? I feel like it's like geothermal plants requires access to steam. I don't remember where like the steam tree is. I remember seeing it like, oh, we need goods very badly. We also need charcoal. I really want to research this. It takes materials though, but it's like 20 materials and it uses like a buttload of heat. But where is like the steam thing? Some of these seem like they'd be really decent. It's like we're probably want filtration towers or something. Where the heck is the steam? I remember seeing the steam thing, and it's like gone to me now. Is it in here? One of these? Efficiency, waste heat conversion. This one sounds OP. I really just want this because heat demand in housing districts just like decreases. That said, like the fact that I can't find the steam is insane. Trust, efficiency, heat stamps. Oh, that would be really good. Shelter. Treatment, trust, disease. Workforce, crime. There's like nothing here. Is steam like something you have to find, like in the wilderness? Generator upgrade. 75 oil supply. Okay, I'm tempted to do the housing one just cause work compensation looks like it has like production efficiency slightly increased, which is the best way to compensate labor to encourage competition in the city. I feel like this is like there feels like there's no downside to this. All it does is slightly increase production efficiency, which should also kind of make up for the fact that like we passed that law that like people won't work when it's cold. So I'm between like this and then the heat, the city, the housing needing less heat. Which I don't remember where it's at. Whoa, residential tower designed to provide shelter to a large number of citizens in a limited amount of space. I mean, that sounds OP. Constructed in these districts, food, extraction, industry, industrial, logistics, and housing. Oh, is that like, you can just put a housing block like in any of those places? I think I get it. This is like a separate building you, materials demand slightly increased. This is also like OP. Sounds like material demand is slightly decreased and production efficiency is decreased. What is this? The unproductive do maintenance? This I feel like that's not gonna work in like practice, but I like see what you're going for, but I feel like in reality, like if they were already unproductive at the thing they were supposed to do, why are they gonna be more productive at maintenance? It just feels like I feel like that's not gonna work out well. The people like are gonna leave maintenance like the least productive members of society who are going to care the least. And then also I really want the youth. I want so much of this stuff. Where the heck is like waste heat conversion? This one, okay. I want what's this? Heat overclocking. Excess heat produced by industrial machines will be re-injected back into machines to allow them to operate at higher capacity. Production efficiency increased. Production efficiency increased. Heat demand in housing districts is decreased. I feel like I'd like the heat recycling one. Let's go with this. The limited quality of our goods will decrease when this law. What? Is that because we didn't research the other one that was like producing more goods? Is that why are people not happy with me? Oh my goodness. Alright, there's so much to figure out here, and I really do want to keep playing this, but I also feel like my brain is like spent and beyond like overwhelmed at the sheer amount of things that are available in this game. And I would like to play this again sometime, maybe next stream, because I am sadly getting like a little burnt out from Satisfactory, but it's hard to say for sure one way or the other. But with that said, I think I'm gonna find someone to raid and pass on the torch. Also, my car is like dead in the parking lot of my apartment complex, and I have to go jumpstart it before it gets too late and I freeze to death outside trying to jumpstart my car in the snow. So that's my other reason for ending stream is I have to go figure out where my vehicle is and get it. I have to move it back to like my parking space. I bought one of those like battery boosters, and I'm just like, I'm hoping that in like the 4 charges it can supposedly use to like jumpstart a battery, that somehow my car battery will like turn over or something. So yeah. Until then, I'm trying to figure out who we're gonna raid. There's so many people online. I'm overwhelmed. People are playing web fishing. There's between web fishing, Valheim, and there's Super Mario Party, Dead by Daylight, or Apex Legends. What do people want to watch? What do you guys want to go see? I feel like I'm perfectly fine with like all these people. Oh, let's raid, oh no, I don't know. I want to raid, Cushy Moon, but she's playing Visage, and it's like a horror game. So I feel like I don't want to torture people. Give me that Mario Party. Alright, we could do it. I don't know. I think this person raided me once a while ago, and I've yet to raid them back, so we'll raid them, I feel like. And we'll make new friends, hopefully, so. I'm gonna raid Rift Waltz. He's playing Super Mario Party Jamboree. And, yeah. Actually, I wonder if they're ending. I'm trying to figure out, sorry. I feel like I done. Alright, we'll just raid them. Alright, take care of yourselves. Be well. Have a good day, night, evening, whatever time of time it happens to be. Wherever it happens to be in the world, wherever you are. And, that's it. I think, thank you all for stopping by and hanging out and chatting. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Get sleep if you need it. Hydrate if you need water and stuff. And, I think that's it. I think that's everything that has happened in the stream. Yeah. Take care. I'm gonna go jumpstart a vehicle. And, wish me luck, and also wish that I don't die and don't electrocute myself, because I feel like every time I interact with a car battery, I'm more likely to electrocute myself than every time I don't interact with the car battery. So, take care and enjoy. This is it. I'm done. Okay, this is the end of the stream. Goodbye.